Hi, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Weld of the Week. Grab your helmets, grab your torches, let's get sparking.
Weld of the Week, it's Weld of the Week, yeah, Weld of the Week, it's Weld of the Week, now Weld of the Week, it's Weld of the Week, yeah, Weld of the Week, it's Weld of the Week, yeah, laying beads, stacking dimes, perfect passes every time. Weld of the Week!
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Weld of the Week. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Postma. This week, we're going to be talking about GMAW multi-pass welding, how to stack your welds like a pro without turning your workpiece into a warped mess. We'll cover heat transfer, transfer modes, and multi-pass welding, how to stack beads for strength, fusion, and of course, the chef's kiss quality. So grab your helmets, grab your torches, let's get sparking.
All right, let's talk about heat. MIG welding might not throw off sparks like stick welding, but don't be fooled, multi-pass welds generate a ton of heat. If you're not careful, you can end up with a warped metal, brittle welds, stress cracks, or worst of all, a nasty burn. In our shop, quenching is essential for safety. Cooling down hot metal quickly helps prevent burns and reduces the risk of accidental contact injuries. But before you go dunking every weld in water like a deep-fried snack, you need to understand what's really happening to your metal.
Oh, nice.
Quenching a weld too quickly can do more harm than good. It shock hardens the metal unevenly, making it brittle and prone to cracking. Plus, the rapid temperature drop can increase distortion, warping your part like a Star Trek spaceship. So yeah, we quench our materials in our shop for safety reasons, so we don't burn ourselves. But don't be fooled. At industry, that's a surefire way of ruining a perfectly good weld. Hey puppies! Okay, let's bust a common MIG myth. It's not just to pull the trigger and go weld. GMAW has three primary metal transfer modes, each with its own purpose. Transfer modes are set using specific amperage and voltage ranges, and in some cases a specific shielding gas. Short circuit, or the one that we're using most of all, is low heat and good for thin metals. How it works: the wire touches the base metal, shorts out, then reignites. This happens hundreds of times per second. Best for thin materials, sheet metal, and out of position welding. Pros: lower heat input, less risk for burn through. Cons: less penetration and spatter can be a bit annoying. Sound check: bacon sizzling. If it sounds like breakfast, you're doing it right. Next up is globular transfer. Messy and hot. Avoid if possible. I won't even go into this in any more detail. If your weld isn't working and sounds like massive pops, then you're probably in globular mode and should U-turn immediately.
And finally, we have spray transfer mode. How it works: the wire melts into a fine mist of metal droplets, creating a smooth, spatter-free weld. Best for thick materials, structural welding, and long, clean passes. Pros: deep penetration, high deposition, minimal spatter. Cons: high heat input, only works in flat horizontal positions, and needs a specific type of shielding gas. Sound check: a smooth, steady hiss, like a gas leak, but in a good way. So now that we have all of our welds completed and signed off, we're going to start working on the multi-pass. Okay, so these are 1F MIG welds, the 1 standing for flat, the F standing for fillet, and now we're going to start doing multi-pass. But multi-pass is a very common process when it comes to welding bigger and thicker materials. Now the concept of that is to just stack beads on top of your already established beads. You're going to start with your base plate bead, and what you want to aim for is for it half to be penetrating your already established weld, and then the other half to be on the base plate. So we're going to go ahead again, doing our dry runs, practicing on scrap material beforehand, and you're just going to do a couple of those, making sure you're nice and comfortable, running along, doing our dry runs. If you want to try pulling this time, it's also good, because that will make a more convex profile to your weld, making it easier when it comes to welding the more horizontal ones. So go ahead, get comfortable. You probably saw there as well that I had my torch more angled downwards. Again, we're trying to get more of the base plate, less of our horizontal plate. So I pointed my
welding gun a little bit more towards the base plate that time. As you can see, we've got here, we've got half of the original weld still showing, and that's exactly what we're looking for when it comes to our first pass on multi-pass. Now I'm going to go for the horizontal plate. So again, do some dry runs, and you can see here I am now aiming more towards that horizontal plate and less towards the base plate. And now again, we're going to try to cover up the other half of our initial bead and then get the other half on that horizontal plate. So go ahead, get comfortable, and we'll start doing the welds there. There you have it, a nice multi-pass. Once you've gotten that done, get it signed off by me and carry on with the rest of them. You should have multi-passes, MIG multi-passes on all 4 of your joints before moving on to the next weld. And there we have it, another successful weld of the week. Hopefully you can take these tools, tips, and tricks and add them to your welding tool belt to help you become the next best welder. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Metal's hot, it's time to weld. Ready or not, melt that steel, feel the heat. Weld of the week, so what do you think? Weld of the week, it's weld of the week, yeah, weld of the week. It's weld of the week now, weld of the week. It's weld of the week, yeah, weld of the week. It's weld of the week, yeah, laying beads, stacking dimes, perfect passes every time. Weld of the week!